Have you ever heard people argue about what's smarter, paying off your mortgage early or investing the extra cash? And both sides sound totally right. One person's like, bro, it's simple. I'm killing my mortgage, 5% guaranteed return, no risk. And the other goes, nah, I'll make more in the market. Why dump money into a house? Here's the wild part. They're both kind of right, but also missing something huge. Because the real answer isn't just about math. It's about taxes, goals, and how your money actually works behind the scenes. Most people treat this as 4% versus 7%, but that's like comparing apples to a fruit salad. There are layers. The IRS gives you deductions, inflation changes the game, and your financial goals can flip the answer completely. So let's break it down. No jargon, no fluff. Just the truth about when paying off your mortgage early beats investing and when investing leaves you ahead. Imagine you've got an extra $10,000 sitting in your bank account. Two options. Option A, throw it at your mortgage and get closer to debt-free life. Option B, invest it and let it grow. So, what do? Everyone's got an opinion. Pay it off, man, it's guaranteed. Or, you're crazy not to invest, you'll earn way more. But both miss one thing, it depends on you. Your tax situation, your goals, your risk tolerance, and how long you'll stay in your home. Let's start with the safe side, your mortgage. Each payment splits between principal, what you owe, and interest, what the bank earns. In the early years, most of your payment is interest, like renting your own house from the bank. For a $400,000 mortgage at 5%, over $1,600 of your $2,100 monthly payment goes to interest in the first year. But over time, that balance shifts. As you owe less, more of your payment goes to principal. That's amortization. And here's where paying extra makes a huge difference. Even $200 more per month goes straight to principal, cutting years off your loan. On that same $400,000 mortgage, an extra $200 monthly can save over $40,000 in interest and shorten your term by about 4 years. That's why people call it a guaranteed return. You're avoiding 5% interest every year, like earning 5% risk-free. But that guaranteed return might not be as great as it sounds if your money could earn more elsewhere. Switching to the investing side, when you invest in stocks or ETFs, your money works inside businesses that grow. Historically, U.S. stocks return about 7 to 10% annually before inflation. Not guaranteed, but historically true. The trade-off? Risk. Some years you're up 20%, others down 30%. If you invested that $10,000 and earned 8% a year, after a decade you'd have about $21,500. But in a bad market stretch, it could easily be less. Meanwhile, extra mortgage payments quietly save you interest each month. Steady and predictable. No crashes, no stress. So when people ask, pay off the mortgage or invest, what they're really asking is, do I want the safe 4 to 5% guaranteed return or the maybe higher but bumpier 7 to 10% from investing? Let's see how they compare head to head. You've got $10,000. If your mortgage rate is 5%, paying it down earns you that 5% every year, guaranteed. If you invest an average 8%, you end up around $21,589 after 10 years. If you go the safe 5%, that's roughly $16,289 in value saved. So yes, 8% looks better, but hold up. First, risk. That 8% is an average. Real returns zigzag. Second, taxes and fees. After taxes, your 8% could shrink to 6%, leaving you about $17,900, barely ahead of the guaranteed 5%. That's why the rule of thumb is simple. If your after-tax investment return is higher than your mortgage rate, investing wins. If not, paying down the mortgage wins. Now zoom out. If you add $200 monthly to a 30-year, $400,000 mortgage at 5%, you'll finish over 5 years early and save about $74,000 in interest. That's not maybe money, that's guaranteed. So if your mortgage rate is low, say 3 to 4%, and your realistic after-tax return is much higher, investing makes sense. If your mortgage rate is moderate to high, 5 to 6%, paying down may be smarter, especially if you value certainty. And if you want balance, split it. Half to extra payments, half to investments. Now, let's layer in the factor most people overlook. Taxes. Your 5% mortgage isn't always really 5% because of something called the mortgage interest deduction. If you itemize deductions, you can write off part of that interest, lowering your taxable income. But if you take the standard deduction, and most people do since it's higher now, that benefit disappears. Say your mortgage rate is 4% and you're in the 24% tax bracket. If you itemize, your effective mortgage rate is around 3% because the IRS gives you a 24% discount on the interest. But if you don't itemize, it's just 4%. Simple as that. And when you pay off early, you also reduce the deductible interest. So your tax break shrinks too. You're saving money, but you're losing a deduction. Small, but worth noting. Investments have tax drag too. Sell for a profit and you pay capital gains. That 8% return might really be 6% after taxes. So the real comparison often becomes 3% versus 6%. Suddenly, it's not so clear-cut anymore. One last thing, some older loans have prepayment penalties. Rare today, but almost say check. If you have one, it can offset part of your gains from early paydown. Big picture, taxes often level the playing field. The same 4% versus 7% headline number might shrink to 3% versus 6% after taxes. And that can flip your answer completely. Now, math aside, money decisions aren't just numbers, they're personal, because the right choice on paper might feel completely wrong in real life. First, liquidity. When you invest, you can access your money if you need it. When you prepay your mortgage, it's locked in your walls. You can't sell your kitchen to pay for a car repair. Unless you refinance or open a HELOC, that money's stuck. So if you don't have an emergency fund, 3 to 6 months of expenses, paying off early isn't wise. You could end up house rich, cash poor. Next, opportunity cost. Every dollar towards your mortgage can't go elsewhere. What if that money could pay off a 20% credit card, fund your 401k match, free money, or grow in an investment account? Check the order of priorities before attacking your home loan. Then, risk tolerance. Some people ride out market swings. Others lose sleep watching their portfolio drop. If volatility makes you anxious, paying off debt might be your peace of mind investment, and peace of mind matters. Then there's time horizon. If you might move in a few years, paying down heavily doesn't make sense. But if this is your long-term home, the extra payments compound into massive savings. You can also blend approaches, the hybrid strategy. For example, Sarah has a 4.5% mortgage and $500 extra monthly. She splits it, $250 to her mortgage, $250 into index funds. She shortens her loan and builds an investment cushion, a balance between freedom and growth. Because life changes, and flexibility is the ultimate financial asset. Now let's put it all together into a simple decision flow, a roadmap to find your answer. Step 1, check your mortgage rate. If it's 6% or higher, paying down is usually smart. If it's under 4%, investing probably wins. Between 4 to 5%, keep reading. Step 2, estimate your realistic after-tax return. If it's significantly higher than your mortgage rate, invest. If it's close or lower, paying down gives better guaranteed value. Step 3, liquidity check. Do you have at least 3 to 6 months of expenses in cash? If not, build that first. Step 4, kill high-interest debts. If you've got credit cards or loans charging 8 to 20%, those are top priority. Pay them before worrying about the mortgage or investing. Step 5, consider your time horizon. If you'll move soon, skip aggressive paydown. If this is your forever home, extra payments shine over decades. Step 6, match to your comfort level. Would you sleep better seeing your balance drop every month or watching your investments grow and sometimes fall? Go with the path that brings calm, not stress. Step 7, If unsure, split it. Half to your mortgage, half to investments. You'll win either way and stay flexible. Step 8. Reevaluate yearly. Rates change, markets shift, life happens. Review once a year and adjust. That's your decision framework. Logical, personal, and adaptable. Now let's talk about how the right answer can shift over time. Interest rates. If you have a 3% mortgage today, investing likely wins. But if rates climb to 7 to 8%, suddenly paying off looks far better. Refinancing or changing rates flips the equation. So keep checking. When markets boom, investing feels easy. But during long, flat, or down years, the steady payoff of debt feels priceless. In 2008 and 2022, those with low debt slept better than those chasing returns. Inflation. When inflation rises, your mortgage actually gets cheaper. You're repaying with weaker dollars. So in high inflation, it sometimes makes sense to keep the loan and invest elsewhere. When inflation cools, the reverse can be true. Taxes. Tax laws change all the time. Standard deductions go up, capital gains rates shift, and that affects your real costs and returns. Even small changes from the IRS can flip which option wins. Life changes. Marriage, kids, career shifts. They all change your cash flow, priorities, and comfort levels. A strategy that made sense at 30 might feel wrong at 45. Every big life event deserves a financial check-in. And be careful of going all in. Pay everything to your mortgage and you lose flexibility. Go all in on investing and a crash could wreck your peace of mind. Balance beats extremes. Finally, goals evolve. When you're young, you may chase growth. Later, you might crave stability. You don't have to pick a team forever. Just revisit your plan once a year and adjust. Now let's simplify everything with 3 big ideas. 1. Paying off early gives you a guaranteed return equal to your mortgage rate, 0 risk and total ownership. 2. Investing gives you higher growth potential, but also volatility and tax drag. 3. The best path isn't universal. It's the one that matches your numbers and your peace of mind. Here's your quick cheat sheet. High mortgage rate, 6% plus. Pay it down. Low mortgage, less than or equal to 4%. Invest. In between, weigh taxes, risk, and comfort. Build your foundation. Emergency fund, kill high-interest debt, grab employer match. Think after tax. Compare real returns, not headlines. Reevaluate yearly. Remember, you're not trying to win a debate. You're trying to design the life that fits you. If debt stresses you out, paying off early might be the best investment you will ever make. If you love seeing your money multiply, investing could be your path to freedom. Both lead to wealth, one through certainty, one through growth. So tonight, take 10 minutes. Check your mortgage rate. Check your realistic investment return. Ask which gives you more control, and move your next dollar with intention. Because the worst move is letting money sit idle, doing nothing. Whether you choose to build equity in your home or build wealth in the market, the key is being intentional. That's how you win. Not by guessing, but by understanding. So whichever you choose, make it your plan, your freedom. And if this helped clarify things, hit like, subscribe, and click the bell. Because next, we'll dive into exactly how to invest those extra dollars wisely so your money doesn't just sit, it works for you. Remember, money isn't just math, it's freedom. And you just took your first real step toward it.